Welcome back to Barcelona. We're actually in Calella right now. Going to be going to a lighthouse. I know we had thought about going into Barcelona again today, but once again, we're starting at the same time. It's late, and there's going to be thunderstorms all day, so it might not be very fun. But while it's clear here, we're going to go to this lighthouse. Lighthouse Calella. So let's go ahead and have a look at that before the thunderstorms hit.
Hold on a second here. We can't be going anywhere without a solid breakfast. That out of the way, let's make the short drive to this lighthouse. The Calella Light House began construction back in 1856, so by American standards, it's pretty old. By European standards, of course, it's just getting broken in. Anyway, let's go have a look at this thing.
Well, here we are. Kind of. I mean, we have to walk up the hill, of course, but we're parked at the lighthouse place. Well, the walk, as it turns out, is not long at all, so if you decide to come see this at some point, don't worry about a long walk up a hill. Well, it's pretty cool coming up here. The lighthouse appears to still be operational, and there's some pretty good views, too, all around, just everywhere you look. Great views. My son already wants to go to the beach. Great place for a selfie, I guess. Don't forget to check out the museum while you're at it. Some pretty good information here. Apparently this place is pretty old. At least its origins.
Yeah, the origins of there being a lighthouse in this location actually go back to Roman times, at least according to some of the information I found in the museum. Does that mean they have had a lot of trouble with shipwrecks here? Maybe there's some lost treasure out there? Probably not. Don't go looking, please.
All right, well, that was interesting seeing the lighthouse. Now we're going to go see Los Torretes. It's an old tower up on the hill. I don't know if we'll have to climb much for that one, but we'll see.
Wish I could tell myself ahead of time that this isn't going to work out. In fact, visiting this site is going to be a total failure. The rain is coming, but don't worry. We will go see a museum after I totally fail here. Notice the rain clouds over the water. Yeah, not a good situation for filming stuff.
Well, you can't drive to it. And it might be a little bit of a walk, but we're walking. I'm feeling a couple of raindrops, so hopefully that doesn't turn into anything. That would be terrible. I wouldn't get caught in the rain. Well, change of plans. I did get caught in the rain with that expensive camera. So we came back to the car. We're going to be going to the tourism center instead.
The tourism center is actually a tourism museum and focuses on all aspects of tourism.
It sound right, boys.
And here we are at the Museum of Tourism for Calella, or Calella. I'm not sure how to say it.
Speaking on behalf of tourists everywhere, I have to say that I have never actually visited a museum devoted to tourism. They have it all here: boat, air, and even rail travel. I really appreciate the cameras. I'm slightly familiar with some of these on display. Just look at that 8mm film.
Well, that was a fun little visit. Gets you in the spirit of being a tourist or on a road trip or something. A really, really far away road trip in Spain. Pretty cool anyway. They had stuff from all over the world. Really cool stuff. Now we're gonna go ahead and head to the Municipal Museum for this city. Should be an interesting visit. The last one was. I can't imagine this will be any worse.
I don't know much about the next museum, unfortunately. The displays are all in Spanish, which is to be expected in Spain. It does have some interesting displays, though, as we will see upon arrival. There isn't parking at the museum, by the way, so be prepared for a small walk.
Well, from here we walk. By the way, if you come here, make sure you have sunblock. And lots of it. And strong sunblock. I'm feeling quite sunburned at the moment. Colors are certainly bright here. Well, and earthy. But everything is bright. Even if it's not colorful. A lot of it is colorful. Now we've arrived at the museum. Let's go have a look. It looks like a lot of their history has to do with the city. I mean, go figure. We're right next to the ocean. There's a lot of Roman artifacts here as well. Some vases that they would have used for wine or for olive oil, I believe. Transporting it, I mean. Pretty cool stuff. So, the skull and crossbones, is that for a plague victim? I have to wonder. I'll have to look into that. Well, I seem to have found a room full of old sewing machines, a whole section of just old sewing machines. Interesting. I guess must be part of the city's history. Wow, look at it all. My goodness, here's some dangerous looking equipment. I think this is the kind of stuff that kids would have got their hands caught in. That type. Yep, I'd say right about there. That's the pinch point. Old farm equipment, a millstone, carpentry stuff. Interesting. All little bits of the history for the area. It's pretty cool. Now to see what's upstairs. The second floor seems to be about, or have a lot to do with the local Indian population. I wish I could say more definitively, but everything is in Spanish and my Spanish is not good enough, so. But since it says India all over everything, I suspect that's what it's about. Pretty neat. There seems to be quite a few Indians in the area. Pretty cool. There's some influence in some of the architecture here and there. Pretty neat stuff. And up again to another floor, this time past a bunch of old keys. I'm not sure what the significance there is either, but it's kind of cool. Old keys. This floor seems to have some examples of like an old Indian store. There's some scale, lots of bottles. Did I say storefront? I meant pharmacy. This appears to be some kind of old kitchen. Got a sink, a hearth, and some meat grinders. That's interesting. Well, after a museum, what could possibly be better than ice cream? Well, the ice cream place isn't open for another 5 minutes, and the storm has found us, so we're going to take shelter in the church. But we're trying again. Hopefully we don't get struck by lightning trying to get ice cream. But it looks like it's open. Oh boy. Heading back to the car in the rain with ice cream. At least he got the ice cream. Well, getting that ice cream was a little more dramatic than I expected. Well, now that that's accomplished, we're heading to Castle de Saint Joan de Blanes? Oh man, I'm gonna have to relearn some Spanish.
The castle is more of a tower and ruins at this point, but the views, as you will see, are amazing. Surprisingly, there is little information available on the internet about the history of the castle, in English that is.
Okay, this is not the castle. We had to stop and get something to drink.
Interruptions out of the way, we can continue. After digging around and doing some translation, it turns out the origins of the building go back to the 11th or 12th century. Apparently, it was a lookout for pirates and a refuge for the local population in case of attack.
Well, we've arrived at Castle de Saint Jean. It's way up here, so I'm very glad that you're able to drive pretty much right up to it. It would be quite a climb. Well, there's a short climb, but the view is amazing. Well, there's the castle up there. We're now down to the beach. My son is playing at the playground. Great way to finish off the day. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. Pretty random as far as attractions visited, but fun just the same.